Top 5 Most Recent American Dating App Murders. Number 5. Angie Renee / Jerry Smith, May 2021. 19-year-old Virginia Tech linebacker Isimeme Netute was on Tinder in April 2021 when he matched with a 28-year-old woman named Angie Renee. In the same month, Etute went to her Blacksburg apartment where he received oral pleasure. Etute then discovered that 2 of his teammates had matched with Renee on the dating app but had declined to meet up with her after they suspected that she was male. To verify her gender, Etute went back to her apartment on the 29th of May 2021. Some reports say he again received pleasure and groped her. According to Etute, he discovered that Angie Renee was actually a 40-year-old male named Jerry Smith. During the confrontation, Etute alleges that Smith reached under their bed for what Etute suspected was a weapon. In self-defense, Etute says he punched Smith about 5 times and kicked them before fleeing the scene. 2 days later, authorities found Smith dead in their apartment. An autopsy revealed that Smith had died from blunt force trauma and that every bone in their face had been fractured. During the investigation, authorities found that Smith did in fact have a knife under the mattress. Etute was initially charged with Smith's murder, but a jury ultimately found him not guilty on the 27th of May 2022.
Number 4. Timothy Ivy, October 2021. After connecting with a woman on a lesbian dating app, 36-year-old Indiana woman Heidi Carter invited the woman and her boyfriend for a threesome in her Evansville, Indiana home on 19 October 2021. However, Carter's boyfriend, Carey Hammond, showed up unexpectedly and flew into a rage. He began to beat the trio up with a baseball bat, after which he tied the other man, Timothy Ivy, up before he repeatedly sexually assaulted the woman. Ivy attempted to escape his restraints, which angered Hammond enough for him to strangle him to death with his belt. Carter then hired a cleaner who found bloodied bedsheets, and when she sat down on a pile of blankets, she discovered Ivy's remains under them. She also heard the woman calling out for help. The cleaning lady managed to escape and flagged down an Indiana state trooper. Several police arrived on the scene and ordered the occupants of the apartment to come out with their hands up. Hammond came out in an aggressive manner, pointing a fake gun in what is assumed to have been a suicide by police. Carter was arrested without incident, and she has since been charged with murder, rape, and abuse of a corpse. Number 3. Lawrence Smithfields, December 2021. Lawrence Smithfields was a 23-year-old student who lived in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Lauren connected with 37-year-old Matthew LaFountain on the dating app Bumble, and they decided to meet up on the 11th of December at Smithfield's Bridgeport apartment for drinks and a movie. Once there, the pair drank and watched the movie until they fell asleep. According to LaFountain, when he woke up at 6 a.m., he found Smithfields unresponsive. He then called 911, but upon arrival, paramedics found her on the floor with blood around her right nostril. They pronounced her dead at 6:49 a.m. The following evening, Smithfield's landlord told her mother that she had passed away after she came looking for her daughter. A detective named Kevin Cronin, who has since been suspended for mishandling the case, told Lauren's family that she had met up with an older white guy off Bumble just before she died, but went on to say, quote, "But don't worry about that, he's a really nice guy." Suspiciously, Smithfield's cause of death was determined to be acute intoxication due to combined effects of fentanyl, promethazine, hydroxyzine, and alcohol, and the manner to be accidental. However, how the drugs got into her system is still under investigation, but only after such social media noise, with celebrities like Cardi B even tweeting about it. Lawrence Smithfield's family is still looking for answers and seeking justice. Number 2. Mieke Oort, March 2022. Mieke was a 21-year-old student from Winchester, Massachusetts, who decided to study abroad in the Netherlands. She joined Tinder, where she met and briefly dated a 27-year-old man named Thomas R. However, after she broke things off with Thomas R., he became jealous and began to stalk and harass Mieke, and even went to the extent of placing a GPS tracking device on Miike's bicycle, which was her only mode of transport. In the early morning hours of Sunday, 6 March 2022, police responded to calls about a small fire in the apartment building where Mieke lived. After the authorities that put out the fire, they discovered the remains of Mieke, who had been stabbed to death. After investigations, it was discovered that it was Thomas who had stabbed Mieke to death and set a fire in order to try and conceal the evidence. He then fled by car, but he was soon found and arrested in Germany after his parents informed the police of his whereabouts. Number 1.
JERMON, KENNARD, May 2022.
Tatiana Mieke Gaston is a 23-year-old woman from Tampa, Florida. She lived with her 18-year-old brother named JERMON KENNARD. Gaston joined the dating app BLK, where she created a fake profile where she was posing as a woman named Jada. She then matched with an unnamed man who she invited back to her Cane Palms apartment for a date on the 31st of May 2022. In actuality, Gaston planned to rob the man she was catfishing, and so she enlisted the help of her 18-year-old brother, who she instructed to hide in the bushes with a knife in order to jump him. When the man arrived, Kennard, who was wearing a black mask, brandished his knife at him, but in self-defense, the man shot and killed the 18-year-old. When the police arrived on the scene, Gaston feigned innocence, saying that she thought her little brother had gone out to simply try and sell the man an iPhone 13. However, police found evidence on her phone showing that she had texted the little brother with instructions for the robbery. Because she orchestrated the robbery gone wrong, Tatiana Mieke Gaston has been charged with the murder of her little brother, JERMON KENNARD. If convicted, she could face the maximum sentence of life in prison.